Northern Kentucky Magazine, Insight Communications, December 22nd, 2004, Jackie Shearer, promoting York Street Show.
You're watching the Northern Kentucky Magazine. Hi, I'm Jackie Shearer filling in for Tawana Thomas today, and what a nice day it is to be cozied up inside watching the Northern Kentucky Magazine. Our first guest, now most of you out there have at some point in your life had some type of x-ray, maybe x-ray in your teeth or a doctor's x-ray of your back or legs. Well, we have an interesting guest with us today. His name is Dr. X, or that is his name that he uses. He is going to share with us interesting artwork derived from x-rays. We'll tell you about Dr. X, who has taken x-rays and have made them into a real artistic display. And Dr. X is also Tom Newbold. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I am so excited because I slipped in here and I thought x-rays, it was just going to be of bones, and it isn't.
No, I use a lot of different kinds of x-rays. One of the types of x-rays I use are actually from animals. So we were talking about dogs earlier, so I've used dog x-rays.
Fascinating.
And I'd love to go to the zoo or something like that, maybe get an elephant x-ray or a giraffe or something like that. I have some x-rays even of machines, because sometimes in industry they x-ray different machine parts to make sure that they're welded properly and things like that. I've got the inside of a computer in one of them that's x-rayed. And then I have flowers, and I also have seashells, because seashells have a lot of calcium in them, which are just exactly like our human bones are, so they make excellent x-rays also. So I use a variety of different types of x-rays, and MRIs too. I use those, so use all types of things.
MRI.
Yeah, give me your MRI. As a matter of fact, I have people who actually, when they have their x-rays taken at their doctors, bring them in and give them to me and say, here, could you use this in one of your art pieces? And I say, sure. I'll see if I can find something that works with it. So I remember once we were eating at a restaurant, and one of the waiters says, I'm going to go home and get an x-ray and bring it back and show it to you. I just broke my foot. So ran home, brought the x-ray back, and gave it to me. So yes.
How about the name Dr. X?
Well, I originally, when I started this, I thought, well, I wanted to create a character and have sort of like performance art. And I thought, well, maybe I'll dress up like a real doctor, you know. I'll dress up in a doctor's outfit. And I thought, well, what would be an appropriate name for a doctor who does x-rays? And I thought Dr. X. And that also was a movie, Dr. X, I think. So I got the title from both those things and put them together and created this character. And now I've got this hospital gown on and the hat and everything. And it says Dr. X right here above my pocket.
And you have a photo on there as
Yes,
well.
and I do have a photo. I don't know whether people can see it or not, but anyway, it's right there. It's of me, and so we use that as
go.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. There it is with me, and that was taken at Caldi's when I did my very first art show. Was at Caldi's. Have you ever been to Caldi's?
Coffee shop?
Yeah, the coffee shop that's
Yes.
on Main Street. We stopped in there and had coffee, and we were looking at some of the artwork, and we asked the owner if she'd be interested in having some of my x-rays, you know, and she said yes, she'd be glad to do that. So we did, what we did is we scotch taped them up. They had glass windows in the front. As you go in the place, there's those glass windows there, and we scotch taped them up on the front of that, and we put like crime scene tape around it too.
Cool.
And we put lights behind it so that during the day it didn't look that great, but at night it really looked spectacular with the lights behind it. In fact, the lights were so bright they actually cracked one of the windows. But their insurance covered it, so it was.
How did that happen? Gee.
The heat of the, well, I had these.
Oh, okay.
I had these halogen lights behind it that were extreme, like 1,500 watts or something like that, and it just, over a period of a day with those whole things turned on, cracked the window because it was cold outside and it was hot inside. But that was just a minor incident.
So how long have you been producing this artwork?
This is my 10th anniversary. I've been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah.
So it was 10 years ago that I started this whole insanity, I guess.
Now, you're a local from Highland Heights. Is
That's
that
right.
correct?
That's right. I live in Highland Heights, and I'm a professor at the University of Cincinnati. I work in the Division of Professional Practice, and I help students get co-op positions. So I work with the civil engineering program and a couple business programs over there at the University of Cincinnati. So I am not a medical doctor, and when when I look at x-rays, I look at them with an artistic eye, not saying, gee, that's a broken tibula or something like that. No. I look at them in an abstract way, which is probably why I do better artwork than maybe somebody who has a medical background, because I've shown these to doctors and they go, well, sure, it's upside down and backwards. And I go, well, not to me. Not to me, it's not upside down and backwards. That's the way it should look. So it's interesting to get their feedback sometimes on this too.
Now, you mentioned Claudi's, but have you displayed your artwork anywhere else in the tri-state area?
Oh yeah, I've had about 10 different shows. My most recent show was actually in Bangor, Maine. I had a show there that recently where I showed some of the light boxes up there, and I've had a show in New York City, and then around the Cincinnati area, I've had a show at the Contemporary. Oh, there's the Bangor, Maine. Yeah, there's the Bangor, Maine one. That's the headline from the newspaper there.
Nice.
Where I had the front page article with a story about the opening of the gallery, because this is a brand new gallery that was opening up, and I was the opening exhibition there at their location, and I had one in New York City, and then in the Cincinnati area, I've had a show at the Contemporary Arts Center downtown. I had one at the library. I had a show about 5 years ago at the York Street Cafe, and then my most recent show, the one that's going to be coming up, is the one at the York Street Cafe again. So.
And when is that?
That's coming up. The opening reception is going to be on January 14th, and it's running to February 21st. And I would like to invite everybody out there if they'd like to come to the opening reception. We're going to have champagne and snacks, and we're going to have
It's free, right?
It's free, and we're going to have a fog machine, so it's going to create a sort of an atmosphere like that. And if you've never been to the York Street Cafe, the York Street Cafe on the first floor is a restaurant.
And tell what it was before, quite often.
Oh yeah, it's a great restaurant.
Pharmacy.
I know, it used to be a pharmacy.
Which is perfect for
Yes, with Dr. X, that's a perfect thing. The first floor is a pharmacy, and it's decorated with all of Betsy Cunningham's knickknacks, and she's just got a million different types of items there that are really eclectic, and everybody really loves to look at those. The second floor is a nightclub, and the third floor is where the art gallery is, and my show is going to be on the third floor up there. So I'd like to invite everybody out. January 14th, it's a Friday night. Come in after work, take a look at the artwork, have some champagne, some snacks. And
bring your x-rays if you have
Bring your x-rays if you've got them.
And Dr. X will look at them.
And I'll take a look at them. And
tell you the artistic value
The artistic value, that's right.
Okay, well, we're going to come back and we're going to look at some artwork that you have. You have 2 on display, and we also have some other slides. So don't go away. You have to come back and see what he brought with him. We'll be right back here on the Northern Kentucky Magazine on ICN 6.